So this is my recent upgrade for my table. So I added two drawers, one on the other side, and this area. I can add two more there, but decided not to. Just two is more than enough for to store some of my bits and wrenches. Um, and I also added a new. Before I only have drag chain on the back. So I used the same 3D printed design that I made here. I made some a minor adjustment. So although you actually don't need to have all the aluminum, but I decided like this. So if I decided to disassemble, this can be taken as a whole. So it's not really attached to the table. The only thing that really attached to the table is the 150 feet. Everything is also has a disconnect, quick disconnect. One's for BFD, and this one is for X and Z. And I also created this one for Y. The reason I have a disconnect because I'm planning to really use this table, the back of the other end of the table for the multifunction table, and when you rotate it, the cable is gonna be tangled in this or it's gonna be pinched by the table, so you need to disconnect it. So let me show you. So let's just turn it off. Then I'm gonna pull this one. Pull the BFD, pull the X and Y, and then pull the other, that's X and Z, and this is the Y. So you see these are 8-pin connector. Also 3D printed that mount here, so it's fixed here. Here I was thinking to create a mount too, but I just decided for simplicity's sake, I just let it dangle. It doesn't gonna move anyway. And then also some users suggested in my video to set up screw. I use my I actually have this thumb screw already, so I just 3D printed some washer. Actually I forgot to let's put it back to Y, because I'm gonna show you how to. Oops, actually I haven't even. I forgot to tighten that, so it's still, when I push it, it's gliding. So now let me turn back on. So the reason I turn it back on is to move the X gantry. It'll take a while. And while we're waiting, let me get some let's use power tool. Actually, we don't need to use. Okay, now let's move the. We only need to power the Y, so I'm gonna move the Y. It should be good enough. Okay, then we'll just loose this 2-thumb screw, push it, and then lock. No need for tools. Let's do that on the other side too. And push. Then it's locked now, so we can turn it up again. Disconnect. Let's just put this to make sure it's not gonna be pinched when we rotate the table. So let me just switch to a different. I need my two hands to rotate the table, so I'm just gonna find some tripod to move the camera. So we just need to remove the 4 screw. Since the weight is on the center, it needs a force to actually start rotating the table. There you go. So, actually, this is the first time I'm gonna rotate this table since I put the drawer. So I'm hoping that drawer won't be. What's this? Okay, let's do this one. So you can hear the so I'm using my feet just to make it slow. So you can hear all the tools falling, but it's still gonna keep it inside. Now I'll put back all the screw. So this is the workbench mode. This is where probably gonna rip some plywood. I'm thinking to actually I can use that other table to lay out like a 8x4 sheets if I want to rip. I have some long. I have this two festal rail that I usually join to cut 4x8 if I want a 4x8, and the drawer still holding all the stuff inside as long as we don't open it. We can only open this on the CNC mode table. Probably a good idea to put some sticker warning here that do not open. Same goes to the other side. So the next is I'm gonna show you the storage mode, and again put it back to CNC mode. Now let's do the storage mode. I'll show you how to put this table to storage mode. So for the storage mode, I used like some aluminum stopper because this table always want to go on CNC mode. So there's an aluminum bar here that I just put it there, and on the other side too. There you go. And then you can put the one screw here. There's a hole in here. It's secured by one bolt here, so it won't rotate. At the same time, I have some aluminum stopper, so it won't rotate because the center of gravity wants it to always go to the workbench mode. So here's all the disconnect, the connectors here. Now we're gonna put it back to the CNC mode. And the easiest way is to pull this up. What's your window? I just need to connect all the cables. So let's start with the BFD. Oops, not the BFD. This is the BFD. The good thing is you cannot mismatch this because the BFD is 4 pins and X and Z is 8 pins. You can mess up with the Z, but that's fine. It doesn't damage anything. You just the only remaining thing is to power on. I actually reversed the XZ and the Y. So I put the Y on the XZ and the XZ on the Y. So when I start homing, you can hear it. So it doesn't damage anything. You can just see something is wrong. You can just turn it off and then unplug and then switch the two port. I might need to add maybe some sticker color. So in future, I don't accidentally swap it. It's not as bad if you accidentally swap it. So now let's just, okay. Here you go, you boost it up. It's home in. Everything works. Looks good.